Hello there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we've got your November 2025 money and career reading here for you guys. We do have, I'm sorry to say, we do have a Mercury retrograde spanning the entire month of November. And in fact, as I do this reading, we are already in the shadow period. Okay, so Mercury retrograde is notorious for communication issues, for technology problems, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so make sure you double and triple check absolutely everything. Not always the best time to make travel plans or to sign contracts, but if you do need to, okay, life goes on, right? If you do need to, make sure you double and triple check everything, and maybe even try and get someone else to double check, just in case there's something that you're blind to, something that you can't see. But a retrograde can be an important time and opportunity for introspection and reflection at the same time. So you could be doing some thinking at this time of year, but this can be to your advantage, right? Am I happy where I am? Do I like where I live? Are my finances okay? Right? Do I have any ideas to, make some improvements? So you can really have some innovative things that do come up. And then once that retrograde is over, maybe when you put them into motion, this retrograde does traverse both Scorpio energy, so change, transformation, evolution, right? Endings, beginnings, and Sagittarius, which is forward moving, which is freedom. And so this can be really important for you because Jupiter is still in your sign. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. Jupiter encourages expansion and growth for us to get out of our comfort zone. It represents abundance, all these wonderful things, freedom, right? Breaking free from the old and moving forward into something better and more improved. Okay. And so it's might be good for you to take some advantage of this time just to reflect about where you're feeling stuck and where you need a breakthrough, right? Before Jupiter goes retrograde in your sign, which will happen later in November as well. So this can be really, really good time for you to figure out what a breakthrough moment might look like for you, or for figuring out what you might want to change. All right. Some of you could be making travel plans. Okay. Especially when we have this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, right? It's the planet of it's the sign of travel for sure. And so if you are making travel plans, again, just to be extra cautious, okay? Because we can have reservations that disappear. We can have travel delays and things like that. So double and triple check everything. And if you are traveling, leave yourself enough time, right? Get to the airport a little bit early, just in case there's some time changes, or maybe if there's a delay, and by getting there early, the early bird gets the worm. Maybe you can hop on a different airline and avoid a big snafu. And if nothing goes astray, you know what? Relax, sit back and have a coffee, because at least you're there. Anyways, let's get going. We've got journey here. So yes, some of you are traveling. Okay, there you go. So this can be an actual journey or a metaphorical journey. Okay, so what direction are you going? What plans do you have in mind? Where do you see yourself headed, right? Some of you may be at a little bit of a crossroads, and you might need to make a little bit of a choice. The journey card can represent even like moving where you live. Especially with Jupiter in your sign, right? This can affect certainly your house, your home, where you live, who you live with. And so you could have some changes going on there. You might just want to make some changes. But again, you might have some decisions to make about which path to choose and which direction that you want to follow. If you are going on an actual journey, though, hopefully it's exciting and everything goes well. We have the Angel of Balance coming in here for you also. And so perhaps some of you here, it's interesting, we do have the Angel of Balance, and then the journey card is number 2. And so 2s do represent decisions, partnerships, okay, those kind of things. But 2s also represent balance, right? Making balanced and fair decisions, making sure you understand the pros and the cons of things, making sure that you, understand your point of view on something, but perhaps someone else's as well. Balance is important. We can have balance in a lot of different things. Balance, a great time with the Angel of Balance to balance your household budget. because sometimes that gets a little bit out of whack, right? So some of you might be doing that, especially with a partner. If you do share any money or resources or possessions with another person, this might be a time just to make sure that things are being divided up equally responsible for the bills or for the housework, that kind of thing, right? So whatever balance means to you in regards to your money, your career, your time, your spending, all of that kind of stuff is where you're being encouraged to focus at this time. And we have walking away as well. So some of you are in a period of transition, okay? You are leaving something behind and you're moving forward into something a little different. So you're getting out of your comfort zone though, right? And so sometimes, the walking away, it can be a physical walking away of something. You might be leaving a job. Perhaps some of you are retiring. Yay! Life will be filled with a lot of journeys if that's the case, and congratulations, right? But walking away can mean a lot of different things. It can just mean leaving one situation, one thought process, one habit, one pattern, one behavior behind, and you're embracing a new way of thinking, a new way of living, a new way of being, a new way of dealing with your money. Perhaps some of you are moving into a new position in your workplace, right? You're leaving your old position and moving into a new one, or you might be starting a brand new career. Whatever it is, we're leaving something behind for something hopefully a little bit better, but something that might make us feel a little bit uncomfortable to begin with, but we'll be rewarded in some way by getting out of our comfort zone, especially with Jupiter in your sign. You're being encouraged to do just this. Let's see what else we've got coming out for you guys. Page of Wands. Beautiful. Page of Wands can certainly represent some sort of good news, some information, something exciting coming in here for you. This can be opening the doors to opportunities to travel, to try something new, to break out on your own, perhaps even as well. Pages do bring the new, they bring the improved, and they can certainly bring some good news. The Page of Wands can be about having fun and travel and adventure, or just breaking free, breaking away from the ordinary of the everyday and trying something a little bit different. Page of Wands can be related to your manifestations as well. And we do have, this is early in the month, and we do have on the 5th of November, November 5, okay, we've got a full moon in Taurus. And so look back 6 months ago to the new moon in Taurus. What were your intentions? What fresh energy were you embracing? What fresh outlook on life? Okay, what new people were perhaps around you? Okay, and this is where something can be coming to fruition for you, or a door of opportunity may be opening up for you. And the Page of Wands takes a little bit of action and adventure and excitement and passion come in here with the Page of Wands. So that can be really awesome. You could also either be doing something where you embrace your inner child, or you could have something going on with one of your children that's quite exciting. And with the walking away energy and the journey, perhaps they're moving out of your house. They might be embarking on their own life of their own, right? Or maybe they've got something new going on and you are supportive and happy for them. We've got the Lovers card. So Lovers card, Gemini energy, but partnerships of all kinds. And we've got the 7 of Swords here as well. So let's quickly address that 7 of Swords, okay? Because this can represent, it can represent some secretive energy, like stealthy energy. So something going on behind the scenes, or you're doing something that you don't want to show your cards to everybody at this time. Especially if you're looking for a new job or something like that, or you've got some sort of opportunity that you're discovering for yourself, right? Like, if you don't want to move to a different neighborhood or something, and you're shopping in the real estate market, right? You might not want to tell everybody. You might want to do something kind of a little bit secretively with that 7 of Swords. Why? Because you don't want someone to swoop in and, pull the rug out from under you, right? Same thing if you're looking for a new job or anything like that. You might be operating in that stealth mode, right? It's like, I don't want to show my hand. Okay, kind of like playing poker, right? Keep your cards close to your chest. All right. because there is an element here of mistrust, all right, with that Seven of Swords. It could be self-preserving. Okay, it can also be because there's someone around you that, may innocently enough, perhaps, steal your ideas or blab where they shouldn't. Okay, so whatever it happens to be, just be a little bit aware of that. But the Seven of Swords can represent that there's an element of trust here that you need to be aware of, or needs to be addressed. Now, with the Lovers card right here, the Lovers can represent partnerships of all kinds. Romantic partnerships, business partnerships, friendships. But there's a choice to be made. Sometimes things can come together in a beautiful way, but we do need to make a choice. So some of you could have multiple options here for whatever it is that you're doing, right? I can go this way or I can go that way. And we see that already with the Journey card. So on one hand, we've got something really exciting, Page of Wands. It might be a slightly more junior opportunity than what you were perhaps looking for. But the other opportunity there, Seven of Swords, may be something that's fraught with challenges. So you could be just choosing to leave an old situation that the trust is broken and it's not a good thing, right? And embark on your own. Or again, you might need to make a choice. Do the one that excites you and that feels right. If you've got red flags, whether it's with people or opportunities, okay, pay attention to those red flags, and that choice is always yours. With the Lovers card, some of you could be perhaps it could go either way with this one, right? Because we do have walking away, but we also have journey. Both of those can be considered about moving forward. The Page of Wands, right, can be something very exciting, but something could have turned sour. And so whether it's your home life, because your home life and how that is can affect your money, or it could also be your career path, right? So some of you are leaving something behind here because it's no longer part of your journey. It's no longer what you trust. But that Lovers card indicates that if you are leaving, considering leaving something behind that you've been committed to, whether it's a person or a job or whatever it happens to be, that there is something better around the corner for you. So don't be afraid to kind of expand your horizons a little bit there, because ultimately the choice is yours. Lovers card always reminds you that the choice is yours. Okay. And so wherever you happen to be, whatever choice that you make will be the best one for you. Got the Nine of Cups. We love the Nine of Cups. It's a wonderful card. Knight of Coins. And we've got the King of Coins. Whoa. You might find an opportunity, an investment, a house, a job, something that is in alignment with what you've been wishing for. So for some of you, there is career growth here, right? We've got the Knight of Coins, can be a job offer, an opportunity, a bonus, a raise, more money, a better career, okay, or just moving forward with your career, right? Because you've been committed for the long term. And we're moving from the Knight of Coins into the King of Coins. So this is a maturing of something. This is leveling up in some way. And this is having a very successful outcome with your money, your finances, your sense of stability and security. It's a great, great, great energy. And of course, we do have the Nine of Cups, which is your wishes and your goals fulfilled. So either some of you have your wishes and goals fulfilled, whatever that looks like, something with your money, something with your home, right? Something with your investments, okay? Even your long-term relationships can impact this energy here, okay? And something is exciting. Something is moving forward in the best of ways, okay? You might need to leave something behind, or again, you could have this leveling up. Knight of Coins, right in the heart of your reading, is paying attention to detail. Okay, so make sure whatever you do, okay, pay attention to the details. Okay, especially since we do have the Seven of Swords showing up there. So make sure that you ask for someone's help, or make sure that you do perhaps read something, and then walk away and then come back later and read it again. That's usually where we find some missing information. The King of Coins can be a very generous benefactor, or someone that can really help you in a really good way. This can be an investment advisor, a real estate agent, a banker, right? Something here, a boss, okay? Someone is giving you a yes, okay? Or is offering you something there. You might need to pay for some services, but it would be money well spent. All right, but certainly some beautiful, wonderful energy that is coming up in there. So just remember, we've got the Page of Wands there, so be ready for some action. Five of Coins in reverse. Seven of Coins in reverse. And we've got the 10 of Coins. So we need to embrace an abundant mindset, okay? High Priestess at the back of the deck. There could be some sort of information that you don't have that may come to light. The High Priestess reminds us to work with the moon cycles, to be open and receptive, trust our intuition, but also keep something close to your chest in some cases. The High Priestess is a fairly mute energy. We don't need to go and shout from the rooftops and blab something to the world. Sometimes it is best to keep something a little bit on the QT. The High Priestess, though, is the keeper of secrets and mysteries. So this can just be a reminder that whatever you've got going on, you have all the wisdom, experience, and everything that you need to make the right decisions for yourself. Okay, and sometimes those are hard decisions. Okay, but this can also represent that there could be some information that is hidden at the moment, but you can through perseverance and through Knight of Coins, attention to detail, discover something that is missing. Hidden opportunities, perhaps, okay? But also you could get something that you can't see right now that may come up for you. So stay open and receptive to those little mysteries, all right? But we do have the 5 of Coins and the 7 of Coins, both in the reverse, okay? So both of these can indicate that there has been a loss or a period of stagnation and no growth, okay? And, the 5 of Coins, this can be where you're finding some resources, you're opening doors of opportunity where there has been lack, we're turning that around into abundance. The 7 of Coins can be about leaving something behind, especially in the reverse. It can be a little bit of impatience, or don't take too much time to make a decision so we don't allow something to go away, okay? So whether you're letting something go or whether you're turning around an existing situation, you require some action, okay? So decisive action, okay? But we do have the 10 of Coins. Abundance and prosperity, a sense of safety, stability, security in your home, in your family, with your relationships, with your work, right? This is success, right? This is the epitome of abundance right here. And you do have the King of Coins right above you there as well. Some of you could potentially be retiring, or you could have something that's gifted to you. All right, whether it's some savvy sage business advice, whether it's some investment advice, you could get a yes. The 10 of Coins can certainly represent your home. So again, some of you might be finding that house of your dreams, and that banker there, the King of Coins, he approves your mortgage, right? Or this can be a family member that co-signs something for you, or maybe even gifts you a down payment or something, right? Because that 10 of Coins can be a card of inheritance. And so there's a lot of different things that can be passed down to us, and hopefully it's something that can set you free financially. All right, but we are turning things around. Where there's been lack, there is now luxury. All right, whether it's your mindset or something in your physical world. All right, but just remember, we do have some really wonderful energy coming up, but you might need to make some difficult choices. Let's grab a couple angel numbers for you. We've got number 14. I am practical. You are open-minded and always up to try something new, yet you are wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. I am practical, and we do have some very practical energy coming out for you. And we have number 13. Okay, I am confident. You are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. I am confident. With that, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe. I thank you so very much for watching. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic month ahead. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.